It's that same old startup screen glow, blowing dust off a gray game logo. Saturday stacked in a plastic case, sleepover scores we can't erase. Kirk's got stats like a cheat sheet code, and he's got jokes from the late night shows. Top 4 takes from a childhood stash, argue till the credits crash. Welcome to my nostalgia therapy. Tougher reasons I still feel 16. Pixel hearts and worn out DVDs. Play it back, let it all come clean. Laughing like we never had to leave. Hit subscribe to the Kid in Me. Every week's another memory. Yeah, this is my nostalgia therapy.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. What's up, guys? As you can see, for the moment, I am by myself, and that's okay. If you're coming in the chat, say hello. I see Retro Vault. What's up, Adriana and Skylar? What's up, Isaac? What up, gang? Prime. My family, Bryce, my family, Bryce again. Welcome in. Say hello. We're talking top 4 handhelds of all time. Andy will be in a little bit. He has an event that he's doing, and as soon as he's done, he'll be jumping in. You'll probably see him comment here in a minute or so because he's probably on the way home, and he'll be jumping in once we can. But we have a great lineup for you guys today. 2 of our favorite creators, 1 favorite channel of ours. This is the second time I think they've been on. We had them last year, and we couldn't wait to have them on again. We spent some time at the conventions with them. This past week, we did Southeast Game Exchange, and man, it was such a great time. We had Nerd in the Word service, and that Nerd in the Word service had a record almost 70 people in it. And that video will be dropping soon. I'm working on it right now, and I'll put that message out soon. It was Redemption Isn't Dead. But hey, let's get our guests out here, and we will talk all about the other stuff, handheld games. So today's event, or today's show, is Rushmore of handheld games. Let's get it. Well, I don't know on your side if you actually saw that video or the intro video, because it's not playing over on my side for whatever reason, but I apologize. But I do want to get out our friends, Pammy and Xavi, PNX World. Let's see. Welcome to the show. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. So we are excited to have you. You guys, I always allow our guests to pick the episode, and we were kind of fumbling around and like, hey, what about handheld games? Which is awesome because we haven't done that yet. We have done Game Boy games. And then we have done a couple different like genres of games, but never actually this one. Oh, Retro Cannon coming on in here. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
He just got football. So hey, so let's talk handheld games. But before we do, tell everybody about your I see some comments. I'm not used to that because Andy's usually doing all that. Bryce, hey Bryce, hey Bryce. Yeah. So Bryce, we'll talk in a second. Pammy and Javi, why don't you share your little corner of the internet? You guys are dropping videos all the time. I love it. It is awesome. So tell everybody what you do over at PNX World. And maybe what's the next thing they can find, or like when do you drop videos or stuff like that, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, so we just started collecting about it should be a little over 2 years ago, and along the way we found a GoPro and we're gonna be out here. We might as well just put the videos out there, and a little bit sparked from the one of the first things that I saw going online when I started collecting is like, oh, you can't find deals. It's pretty hard to collect, and I kind of wanted to see if that was the case and kind of like show people that maybe it is a little harder, but there's some ways that maybe we can all use to kind of like make collecting a little bit easier or fun still. And that's kind of what we do. We just share that journey. We're not experts in gaming. We're not expert collectors. Like we're learning along the way, and sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes we get some pretty good deals. So right now we get a lot of Siege content coming out from Southeast Game Exchange, and we've been doing a lot of GameStop stuff lately too. But that's because I feel like they've
That's because the Switch 2 dropped.
yeah, but that's also because they've kind of like made a lot of changes because they're changing along with the retro gaming sphere.
Right.
They've just gave us a lot of content. They're doing a lot of stuff that people are just talking about. So kind of easy to make GameStop content.
We also have a
sometimes.
GameStop right by our house.
Yes. But we use it a lot. So we do
Well,
a lot.
that's
Yeah.
I enjoy your channel. It is, we try to have a guest or two every week, and in the beginning it was so much easier when there was only like 25 people that actually were a part of like not just the community but that have showed up on our channel. And now it's like everybody's dropping content every day, and it's like, gosh. And then I just miss some sometimes. And so I saw your video today. It dropped, and I went and like I said, I went and commented, and I was like, man, I got to go back and watch that video. But we were both at Siege, right? And or Southeast Game Exchange. And man, it was such a blast, like hanging out with the community. This community is so amazing. It's so welcoming. I have, I'm almost 50 now, and I can't go into these places without, high fives, handshakes, hugs, hey, take a picture. Let's do this. Let's do that. And both sides, I'm all like, when I ask for it, or when I'm like, hey, you want to do a video or something, everybody's just like, let's do it. And I'm sure you feel the same way. There's people in the chat. What's up, Kevin, that were there. And you guys have enjoyed the community and maybe the convention this weekend?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think because Southeast Exchange was our first con.
Yeah.
And we fell in love, not just with Southeast Game Exchange, but just conventions as a whole, because Austin does a great job. He does a great job. This year was just like twice as big, twice as crazy. So
Austin was also the first person to invite us as media and not just like a guest to pay for. So we feel like very, loyal to his con.
Listen,
I told them once, like,
kind of starstruck the idea that we were even considered to be one this week, and it was like, really? Okay. I put in for it or whatever, and it was like, sweet. So
we didn't find out the first time he applied for media. I was like kind of freaking out. I'm like, so back to like when we started this, Javi told me he's interested in doing this, and he's always been a little bit of an introvert, and I wanted him to like do something that he was passionate about aside from like web development and like our child.
Sure.
But I was like, oh, the money that goes into this. So it's been like really cool to like see how we've been able to like do this without spending a ton, like how we self-sustain the hobby. But yeah, I was like kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh, I really hope he gives us media passes. If not, this trip's gonna be so expensive. And then like right in the clutch, he's like, we get the email, you've been accepted as media, and we're like,
that's awesome, because I have talked to a few people that weren't. So I mean, it's really a cool thing. What's the next convention for you guys? Where are y'all going next?
We're kind of thinking that it might be Game and Geek in North Carolina.
Okay.
We're talking.
Is that where it's at?
No, Raleigh. That might be the next one, and I think after that, we've definitely been planning to see if we can go to Really Rad Weekend.
Nice.
We're trying to. I would have gone to Rick's in October,
In
but
Connecticut.
he's no in
In September.
in Arkansas. But he's doing
Oh,
it.
Rick. I thought you
Yeah,
said
Rick.
Sorry.
Rick. He's doing it right on our kid's birthday, so we're gonna have to miss
Our
that
kid's birthday is a national holiday.
Yeah, I actually went and messaged him and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I went and talked to him. You want to come to the service because we would love to maybe help you guys out." And he was like, "Well, actually, we're trying to do that ourselves over at our thing. So yeah, hopefully they get it going." But hey, so let's jump into this. We're already a little behind, but
Mhm.
and that's fine. But we're talking top 4 handheld games. And I which one of you guys want to go first? Because
This is kind of like Pammy's realm because she loves handhelds.
Right.
To the point that like when it comes to both of us, I try to avoid Switch altogether because like to me it's a bit more of a hybrid, so I try to focus. But I don't think Pammy has almost ever used the Switch unless she's been playing it with me.
With friends.
Well, I can tell you this: I
She's a
am not
handful.
putting
She's a
any
handful.
Switch games on mine,
Say it
and
again.
that is, hey, what's up? Be there in a little while. There he is. Hey, so I'm not putting any Switch games on mine, but I do have a little sad story. We bought a couple Switch games this week at Siege. We get home and our Switch and all of our games, we had it in a case. We took it traveling all summer, and now we don't know where it's at. It's been left somewhere. So
No.
we have now a bunch of games with no Switch.
Your
So
next
I was
one
like,
get back for it.
what the
That's
heck? And we're praying that it shows up like, oh, that's where we left it, or that's where we put it. But we've done so
Maybe-
much traveling this summer. I don't know. I don't
Did you
even
have
know.
it at Siege?
No, we didn't.
Because Siege had
We
a
didn't.
lost and found.
No, we didn't have it at Siege. The last time that we can remember having it is coming home from camp with Andy. So
Oh,
so I don't know. That was like 2.5 weeks ago,
sorry.
and then I don't know. But let's get into this. So so Pammy, you're up,
Pammy
and
goes first.
yeah, you'll go first.
It's
And remember, it's like criteria. So like why you pick these consoles basically, or these games, and then number 1 right off the bat, that's Rosie. So for Roosevelt, number 4. So you can tell us your criteria a little bit, and then tell us your number 4.
and it goes bottom to top, right?
Yes.
Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep.
Gotcha.
This number 4 after the criteria.
So my criteria in general was I had to have played it a significant amount of time. Like I didn't
Yes.
just want it to be like a game that I thought about playing or maybe wanted to play, and I wanted to have some sort of like sentimental meaning to me. And the biggest reason why I'm into video games is because I specifically like handhelds. So I felt like out of all the topics I could talk about, it would definitely be this one. But number 4 for me would be Guitar Hero for the DS.
Wow, Guitar Hero.
I don't want haters. I don't want haters in the comments. I know
No, we're not gonna have any
well
haters. Is that the one with the little?
Yeah,
Yep, that's the one with it. She still has
I
it.
still
I
have it.
actually have that one.
We
Yeah.
have it too.
I don't know that I've ever played it, and I don't know where it came from. But yeah,
Yeah,
I-
she's
somebody
still has it.
donated it to me, I guess, or gave it to me. I don't know where it came from, but yeah, I have this one.
Yeah, I have the same one, but mine's not in box because mine's like I got it at GameStop loose when I was like 15 or something.
And I mean, I don't know how I got
The
this.
hours I put into that game were probably astronomical because I didn't drive. You know, I was still like a child more or less, and I'd be like driving with my parents. And I'd be like in the back, and my dad would
Yeah.
be like,
I honestly, I don't know if I've ever even hooked it up.
it is so fun. Okay.
Yeah.
And the DS Lite, the DS. So when we started collecting, I remember that we had grabbed some of her video gaming stuff from when we moved, from when she lived in South Florida to when we moved to Orlando, and I remember that we had brought that into Georgia when we moved here. So I was like, oh, let me go grab all your video game stuff. So a lot of our retro stuff, like our oldest system that was owned by its buyer, it's hers Game Boy.
Nice.
So and the same thing, the DS Lite, that's her DS Lite, and it has the Guitar Hero thing.
Not my play value your stuff.
And yeah, So and that was one of the first things that you bought yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of the
With my
games
big
are
girl money.
loose and stuff like that. Yeah.
Either with my
Yeah,
mom-
so that's what I was kind of thinking. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to replace some of these games. I'm just gonna be looking for them for loose. I'm gonna be like scouring to find them loose, but for some of the games that I misplaced. But it collecting nowadays is different than back then. But like when I was a kid, like there were only a few people, and actually one of them is in the chat. Sims KC, that's my buddy Kevin, that actually like collected for collections, right? We were like, you'd buy a game to play it, and then if you didn't like it, you get rid of the box or whatever. And as far as I remember, nobody ever really collected to collect. Now, like seeing what went down in that convention center this week, it's like the most games I've ever seen in one spot in my life. I mean, there's just so much, right? And it's just really cool. But yeah, that's a pretty cool game. Yeah,
I like that you have it complete in box. That's sick.
Expect Pammy's picks to be very Pammy.
Yeah, that's okay. That's perfect. That's what it's very Rushmore.
Yeah.
Hey, I do want to say some hellos. Crazy Lady B, that's Bethany. Hopefully Bethany and her husband James will come on, do sad songs. We're trying to get that together. But Prime says hello to PNX, and Prime says Sonic 1 Game Gear, Super Mario Land 1 Game Boy. That's a fun one. Chips Challenge Atari Lynx. That's, dude, I love the Lynx, but honestly, the only person I ever knew that had one was Kevin. And then Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch. That's fun stuff. Crazy Lady says my dad would have loved that. That's for the game. Yeah. And then Patrick, what's up, man? I have it too, but didn't play it too much, said Kevin.
The game
I'm going to hate. Bethany says I'm going to hate. Just kidding. But Bethany, thanks for being here. And everybody else. All right. I love this pick. I love Guitar Hero in general. I always love the drum part, though, which is probably one of the reasons I haven't played this, because it's mainly guitar.
That's what people are saying. It's only
guitar.
I
love the drum part because I always wanted to play drums. But anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You play drums?
Mm-hmm.
I played drums when I was like teen and stuff.
No,
Andy's a drummer. You wouldn't believe
he's actually a drummer. He's very
Javi, you wouldn't believe how many people. So we've now probably eclipsed like 140 guests that have joined us here and there over the course of almost 250 shows. I would say in the neighborhood of 30 different people have said, "Yeah, I'm a drummer."
Yeah. There's a lot of musical
people. Hand-eye.
It's so many people play drums. It's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and we always talk about it. But yeah, we did a Rushmore on drums once, and we had a really big like conversation. But Javi, you're up, man. What's your criteria? What were you thinking when you put handhelds together? I know it's not necessarily your space, but tell us about it.
Yeah. So first thing, I try to really avoid to make it very Pokemon heavy, because I could just pick a Pokemon game for every handheld, and then that'd be the list. So I try to make it a little more fun.
Hold on to your seats, because Andy's on his way, and so I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
I try to make it kind of like games that were like, to me, very defining for the console, and like at the end of the day, just games that I really have like. I'm when it comes to this hobby, I'm very much about vivid memories, because that's the thing that really got me into this. Like when I first saw that SNES box, and it just brought memories back. So I always go with that. So all of these games are like very meaningful to me, not just the fact that they're at the end of the day, they're great games too. But I tried, and like I said, I'm not doing any Switch because to me it's a very hybrid console, so I wanted to keep it to just like very, very handheld only devices. So my fourth one, it's gonna be Wario Land 2.
Ooh, good pick. Tell us about it.
Because I just remember playing that game and the whole move that he has. like there's a point where like if he gets lit up on fire, he starts like running like crazy from side to side, and then he turns into like a little flamey guy and stuff like that and stuff like. And then I was looking like a little bit of gameplay to be like, because I wanted to make sure if it was Wonderland 2 or Wonderland 3 that I remember playing. And the moment that I saw the little fire animation, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is the one. Because he kind of does like little move in all the games where he like kind of like charges up his shoulder and starts cracking stuff up. But that whole flamey thing and stuff, like just like that just immediately sparked that memory of like, yeah, this is the game I played. And I remember that I remember that aside from like, like I said, Pokemon, like that was one of the games that was very imprinted in my childhood, me playing Game Boy, traveling around with my little travel cases and stuff, my little Atomic Purple, and just playing, handheld in the car, wasting batteries with a little warm light. So
yeah, that's it right there. I was waiting for somebody to talk about it. The batteries, right? The batteries, that's changed the game nowadays, with the actual rechargeable, how long the rechargeable batteries last, and how, like with the docks and all the different kind of charging cables. Back in the day, it was like you were carrying like a case of batteries, right? But I love this game. This is a fun game. I have played this one. It's anything Mario is always high up the list, and this is one of the better ones. Pammy, did you play this?
Yeah. And I actually went out of my way to not pick a Mario game.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm in the same boat similarly, but I'm not sure if I am or not. Well, it depends on probably honorable mentions, but yeah, I think I have a few that I would like to.
I looked through and I was like, nah, no, not doing it.
Yeah, I probably have one or two that I maybe, but yeah, I'm going to avoid them as well. Well, look, I'm going to jump into mine, and criteria is key when it comes to this stuff, and I will say, as far as handheld goes, I just didn't own a ton, and I still don't own. Up until me buying the Switch, the last handheld I had was the double screen, and also maybe the Advance. I have played a little bit of some other stuff on my emulator system, but not a whole ton. And usually I go right to a game that I've seen was recommended or was really good. So I'm not going to jump in and kind of do too many games that are outside games I haven't played. And we love nostalgia. We love iconic and that kind of stuff. I probably have a little bit of a story or so for my my picks. So my first one, if you were here for Game Boy, which I think Bryce actually was the guest. Bryce was our Game Boy guest. Yep. This game was the most important game to me as far as family goes, as far as my dad. Yeah, Game Boy is the best. Yes, I agree. But as far as my dad, this is the only game that I can really remember my dad ever playing, and it is the original Game Boy's version of Tetris. And Tetris to me is just timeless. It's something that they redo it a million times. Tetris Attack, Tetris this, Tetris that. It doesn't matter. You can download it probably on every phone known to man nowadays, and it's just the same. It's so simple. They made a ton of money off of a simple game, and it's been mimicked a million times. But it's a game that every age could play. It really doesn't matter. Now, you might not be able to beat or get to those higher levels once you get past like 10 and it's like flying. But I will say my number 4, starting off real easy, really the attachment to me is as a kid, I remember I would walk into my living room and I'd be like looking for the Game Boy. And my dad would be sitting in the recliner playing Tetris. I'm like, can I have that back? And so the only time I ever had to like ask to play my games because somebody else was playing them. It's just a really good memory for me. So this version is probably not the best Tetris ever, but it is still my favorite. So I'm going to go Tetris for the original Game Boy. And I don't actually have a copy of this. I think I lost it. I don't know. I don't know where. I think this is one of those games like my mom or my mom gave away a lot of my stuff.
Moms do that.
And I only have a few of mine, but I don't have this one. It's probably a game I should pick up at one of these conventions, but
you most certainly should.
But yeah, it's yeah. I don't actually own an original Game Boy anymore. Retro Vault's too busy buying them all, right? That's what they do. But yeah, do y'all like Tetris?
Yeah. I mean, it's an iconic game, like you said. Like I think it's one of those, like, people say like a defining moment in history. Like it's almost like a canon event. Like if anybody out there has not seen both the movie that Apple made and gaming historians little, like, I think it's like a 3-part or something. It's like it's split up in 3 parts. Like little documentary about it. It is amazing. It is great, just learning the history of it. And in the movie specifically, when they connect it to the Game Boy, it's like one of my favorite parts of the movie, how they like showcase that. I can only hope that that's actually how it went down in real life, because it's just, Hollywood has a way to kind of like over hype moments of reality, but it is just awesome. It's amazing.
That's the Game Boys are a different kind of Pokemon, right? You got to catch them all.
I mean, but that
I'm assuming that's Adrian.
Hobby went very on the Tetris bit. My thing is, I think even because if you're looking at Tetris as like an age, it was a Russian game brought over to America when we had the whole, like, what was it called? Like the Red Debt, like we were terrified of the Russians and the Silent War and like all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, every American is begging for a Russian game, right? So I think it's like one, the history is really cool, but I think like even my grandmother, who would be like 120 now, she lived up until like 89, 91. She lived for a long time. She knew the Tetris music. She didn't know anything about games, but she knew the Tetris music.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can remember. Just
iconic,
I mean, such an addictive game. Like it.
I'm also Russian on my mom's side, so.
Oh, that's cool.
I got a little tie to it, but I look like my dad.
I will say this. This is also one of the very first times I can remember. So, like, just kind of turning back the clock a little bit. It's probably the first time that I remember a video game being a collectible, when they had the 2 different Nintendo versions. Yes. And you're like, did you get a Tengen Tetris or did you get the Nintendo Tetris? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's just the regular one, bro. And so, like, I remember that being such a big deal back then.
I want to say my dad got the Nintendo Tetris.
Yeah. What's that?
I think my dad got the Nintendo Tetris.
Yeah. Yeah, Tetris is the only one I know. Is what
I also, fun fact, I used to work night shift when I was like 20 at a psych hospital, and I had to stay up, and this is like the little old school phones, and I made #1 in the country when I was like 20 years old because I was up all night playing it to keep awake.
Were you doing this on your phone?
It was yeah, and I made #1 in the country, and it was really exciting.
Watching those guys play Tetris nowadays with the whole tap thing, I'm like, that's wild, right?
Yeah, it is.
I remember like getting to level, I don't know, between probably like 10 and 15, and it's just flying, and I'm watching those guys like break it.
I got to level 999. That's the highest you can get.
Yeah. It's wild.
It blacked out, and I was like, oh, I did something wrong to the game. And then they're like, I got like a little, back in the day, it was like an email or something. I forget. We're going like way back to like, even like, I had to pay 99 cents for text message type of thing. I got like a little like email that's like, you've surpassed our #1 in the country.
Oh, you need to find that and
I wish. I'm sure
you need to make that a video.
If you knew anything about me, you know I went through about 300 phones between the ages of like 14 and 21 because I don't know how to. Yeah, I just dropped it all the time, so I'm sure that's long gone.
Well, maybe it's buried in some kind of spam email way back in your, Yahoo or Hotmail or
AOL.
One of those. Yeah, AOL days. Anyways, all right, that's first round, and let's jump into the second round. We call this one TJ Jazzy Jeff. So, Pammy, you're up. What is your third favorite
Hold on.
handheld game of all
I'm
time?
looking. I wrote notes and everything.
I know what her first is.
You know what my first is, but I'm between for my third. I think should that be my second or my third? All right, I'm gonna make it my third. And I gotta give it to Nintendogs.
On double screen?
Huh?
On the double screen?
Yeah,
Oh man, I have that over there too. I'm not getting up and getting that. But
that's okay. But I have the Golden Retriever Nintendogs, and my mom always picked the dogs in the house, like because she was like, I'm the one who's gonna be taking care of it, so I get to pick what dog we have.
I don't know which one we have. I feel like it's the lab. But
I had the Golden Retriever. Well, I had the lab. Was it a lab or Golden Retriever? It was a. I don't know. But either way, I thought it was a Golden Retriever to me. Okay, don't ruin this for me. All right.
I think they do have a golden
Chihuahua.
You got the Chihuahua?
The Chihuahua and friends.
Let me see. I want the Chihuahua. I want them all. And you don't understand. Like that game brought me so much.
Oh, it's not in there.
Oh no! What year did that come out? Nintendogs. Do you remember?
Get the right light. 2005 for this one.
Okay, that was before my surgery. But
So it says it includes the Chihuahua, the German Shepherd, the Boxer, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, the Yorkshire Terrier, and the Shetland Sheepdog.
So if I was 15, I think that might have been the first game I bought with my big girl money and my ice cream store job. And they only had the little blonde one. And I know the amount. I would not let my brother touch that game. I have my brother's 2 years younger than me. He couldn't touch it. I didn't want to ruin my Nintendogs. Like the hours I put into that game are probably insufferable. And my mom's like, "Why don't you watch a real dog?" And I'm like, "Because that's your dog. Because if you want to play that game, that's yours, dog." But
I'll be honest. I never probably have even put this in the system.
That's really.
We had the double screen. My daughter, who just got married, she was born in 2000, so she's 26.
Yeah, my brother's 25.
So this was her game, and so and several of these, like Fashion Designer and Cooking Mama and all these other girl games that we have. We have a lot of girl games this.
Hey, they perfected Tamagotchi, man.
Yeah, this is cool. These are all hers, so I honestly have never played that. I should probably send this to her. Oh, that's crazy. Look at the subscribe Nintendo Power.
No, it's okay.
We own a Chihuahua.
We got Chihuahuas, so.
And there's your little pen if you want to. There's the pen to put it in.
Oh.
Ain't that something?
Yep.
I want all the Nintendogs. And
now you get nothing.
I want to collect Nintendogs. I have to.
Well, you can have a case.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I maybe find the game for it. It might cost you a little less. Not that it costs you a lot for that game, anyways. But
Nintendogs.
I don't know. It might be rare. How rare are those?
Sometimes some of the Nintendogs. Say that again.
How rare are the Nintendogs?
It depends on which one you want. They're probably not.
She keeps trying to. Because I don't know if they have different covers or there's actually different versions. I never played it. So
I can tell you on the front of this is a $29.99 new sticker.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that was the first game I bought with my big girl money from either.
I do think there's different covers for it. So there's different dogs.
There's different dogs.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. So that's awesome. Well,
sorry,
Nintendogs. It's just one of those games I never played. I remember watching her play it and making him bark and all that stuff. But
it's like a Tamagotchi, but like with better graphics.
Exactly.
There's a game for every gamer.
I am your peak cozy gamer. It wasn't until I got a little bit older that I got more into.
In 3 or 4 weeks, we're doing comfort games with. We're doing comfort games with Retro Beard, Pixel Parts, and RNG.
Love it, love it, and RNG. That's gonna be iconic.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this would be a comfort game, I'm sure, for somebody.
Oh, it's a comfort game for me. Like that's the show we should have been. I almost exclusively comfy game to the point where when we first started this hobby, he's like, "But you do like games."
Pammy's gonna bring the pre-comfy games to the season.
I'm the original cozy gamer. I would sit in my room and just like feed my dog.
Which is why she loves handhelds.
I love handhelds. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I do like. I really. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace the Switch. Now it just gives me a reason to switch too. Because I really love just like sitting on the couch and vegging out for a little bit and just doing nothing and playing games. Yeah. But all right, well, Javi, what is number?
All right, so I'm gonna go a little modern for this one, or at least as modern as you can go with handhelds, not counting the Switch. And this one was kind of easy to put on the third place, just because it can beat the other ones. So it was an easy one, and mainly because it brought me back to handhelds. And not only brought me back to handhelds, but it also brought me back to Pokemon. And it was a gift from Pammy for my birthday.
That started this.
During a hurricane. So she got me a little 2DS, the blue and black one with Mario Kart, with Pokemon Sun. So that's going to be my third one, Pokemon Sun.
Now, you're going to have to tell me about this, because I have played like one Pokemon game in my life.
Yeah. So
Andy is a Pokemon guy. He would probably love this.
Yeah, I remember. So Pokemon Sun, I really got back into Pokemon with Pokemon Go, and then from there, it kind of like.
That's the one Pokemon game I've played.
Yeah, I love Pokemon Go, man.
So for Pokemon Go, I started like thinking about like the older games and the older form, the original Pokemon way up in Pokemon. And I was like, oh, and then I started looking, then this new Pokemon game is gonna come out and stuff. And I started reading about it. It will come out around my birthday. I was like, oh man, I want to get back into it. And I played Pokemon Sun. I remember we were like at her parents' house. I had like charged it enough to hopefully make sure that it would last me.
We were taking shelter at my parents' house because we were in an apartment.
Yeah, so it would last me the hurricane. And
which hurricane?
I remember I started playing
hurricane. Do you remember which one it was? Irma?
It was. Oh man, I can't remember.
Dude, we've been hit by so many hurricanes.
So I was going to tell you that's kind of some of these games. The Hurricane Katrina, which 2005. That's when I played the most double screen. Yeah, right. I played a ton of it because there was really nothing to do, and there was
in the house.
Yeah, and so I played a ton of it.
It could have been Irma because I was still in high school with Irma. So
no, it was after. Maybe
I forget which one. It was a big one though.
It was something.
We lost power.
Yeah, we lost power for like a week or something.
Yeah, and then I felt bad because we got power back at our apartment before my parents got power back at their house because we were close to the hospital. We were close to one of the hospitals, and I was like, guys, just come here. They're like, oh, your apartment's small. And I'm like, okay, but our apartment has AC, and it's really not that small. It was a 2-bedroom at the time. I'm like, it's really not that small.
Yeah.
Prime says his favorite handheld is my Steam,
I assume.
I'm thinking Steam.
Yeah.
Steam Deck, maybe?
Yeah.
I was like, is a Strim something I don't know? Well, he said S the first time, so I don't know. Maybe he's struggling today. Brian, we love you. So, yeah, hurricane games are always fun. So, Pokemon Sun, haven't played this one. What's on the cover of that one?
Were we?
What's on the what?
What's the cover of that one?
Oh, well, you got Solgaleo, which is like, he looks kind of like a lion with a sun kind of style face. And then the other
I'm guessing they're Sun and Moon, right?
Sun and Moon. Yeah. And then the other one's Lunala. So that one. So I was actually.
We had like just gone married, so this was a long time ago.
Either before. Yeah, we had just gotten married. Yeah, we had just gotten married. Yeah. And the funny enough, like recently in the channel, if you look at some of our crazy Switch 2 trades, I actually got traded.
So this game got released November 18th, 2016.
Which one, Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, but November
18, 2016 is the initial release.
So maybe did we get it a year up? No, you got it early, remember?
Did they do it early?
No, or you got it, wait. You got it early or you got it late? I think it was like a late.
No, because we had your whole birthday in the hurricane. November's too late for a hurricane in Florida.
I remember it was during hurricane. She might have gotten it the year after.
I might have gotten it early.
Yeah, he said Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Yeah, well, that's a good pick, man. I figured there'd be some Pokemon selected today, especially with Andy. He loves Pokemon. It's the only RPG he loves. Um,
I'm kind of
and I'll let him say those because I'm sure he's going to jump in and talk. My next one is a game that I've actually played a lot. I am a huge fan of this franchise. Well, several franchises that I'm a huge fan of, but this is one of the few. And I still have my copy here, but I'm going with Link's Awakening from the original Game Boy. I actually had it for the Switch. It's one of the games I'm going to need to replace now. But Link's Awakening, which is really cool because there's a big twist at the end if you've ever played it. But this one doesn't have a lot of the main characters, the princess and the Triforce, and there's no Ganon. He's beached up on an island. The island's kind of cool in a different way. And I put some hours in this as a kid. I love the Zelda franchise. Usually we save Zelda for Link, which is next. But my number 1 and number 2, I think, are just a hair better than this. But yeah, here's my original copy of Link's Awakening. And honestly, almost a disappointment when you first get it because you're expecting the other games, and then you find out, the twist, and it's just a little different. There's no all that stuff. But especially now that it's been remade, it's so much fun to go back and see the different stories now 40 years later. So that's going to be my pick today for number 3, my TJ Just Jeff. But I'm going with another original Game Boy. So my first 2 original Game Boy, and which both of those were on prices. So you guys like Link's Awakening? You like Zelda?
Oh, yeah. I love
I think we're both wearing Zelda shirts.
Yeah, we're both wearing Zelda shirts right now.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. Zelda is just. If we ever did franchises, it's probably my number 2. Right? It's probably my number 2 franchise of all time. But right behind that I can think of 100 to try and fit in. But number 1 and 2 is easy for me. It's Final Fantasy and it's Zelda, and it's just and then everything else. But if it's one of the reasons I want to get a number
Switch 2.
A Switch 2 is the new Zelda coming out. Remade.
Well, you might want to wait just because I think that is doing the Switch edition.
They might do a special edition, or at least we're hoping. We're hoping that
it's
they
been
do.
rumored.
They probably will.
They have to do it. They did it,
especially because the Netflix movie is coming out. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes now. But
do
y'all like this one?
So Link's Awakening, great game. I don't know that I would put it at super high top of Zelda games, just because I think there's other Zelda games I love. But
so it's definitely not the best game. It's just my favorite. It's most nostalgic.
Yeah, but definitely when it comes to handhelds, it's actually I think the only, not counting the 3DS re-releases, it's definitely one of my favorite handhelds because at the end of the day, it's one of the only ones I really played. But when it comes to what I like to, the offshoot Zeldas, where the kind of these Zelda games that don't really add anything to the overall lore of the Zelda canon, I think this is one of the best ones. Because the only other one that I like to put in that same boat is Majora's Mask, and I really don't like Majora's Mask.
Oh, that's his
That's my bottom Zelda, and where I think Link's Awakening is a great game.
We'll fight you to the
it, like you say, it doesn't have Zelda. It's it's kind of like a Zelda game without being a Zelda game. And when it comes to those, I think Link's Awakening is way better than Majora's Mask.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is both of these are very polarizing. That's the word.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big 64 guy, right? So that's also Andy's realm. you know, I was in the PlayStation neighborhood at that time, and then I leapfrogged 64 to GameCube, and I've gone back to play those, but unfortunately, unless you are someone who loved the 64 as a kid, they don't all measure up anymore. And so that's another reason I'm like, I can't wait to play a newer Ocarina. I've played it. I love it. I mean, it's a good game. It's one of the better ones, of course, and a lot of people that have that nostalgia tie will say it's the best. But Majora's always kind of gets on that side note, and similarly with this. So that you make a good point there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm excited to see what happens with because I can only assume that they're also gonna remake Majora's Mask, and I'm interested to see what happens with those two re-releases in terms of audience,
especially if they fix all the the bugs that. I mean, there's not a ton of bugs, but if they do that, and it was already a great game, I mean, I can't imagine it not being even better.
Yeah.
So, man, good stuff. All right, well, that's our first half of the mountain, and we will let me just do a couple commercials real quick. We will share. So, if you guys are new around here, this is the Rushmore Show. We also do a ministry. That ministry really was impacted this week tremendously at the Southeast Game Exchange. I don't have my book right here with me, but I usually show this book, and it's a directory of coalition Christian creators. And if you are a Christian creator or you know someone that plays nerdy content, you could be on that too. It's something that we hand out at conventions when people ask. I only had one copy that I brought with me to Siege, and it's still packed away. I forgot to grab it. But you can find it at rushmore.reboot.weebly.com. That is right, and I'll put up right here in a second. Okay, where did they switch it to? Oh, it's on this page. So you can click this this QR code, if you will. I'm right here. And if you click the QR code, that'll bring you right to the website. When Andy gets here, well, he usually is the one that kind of brings it up. But we also are doing a devotional. I'll just grab this one devotional. This is a good friend of ours, Tony. They put this together at Nerd of Godcast. And it's all video game and nerdy different devotions. Both Andy and I are writing a devotional. This week's has not dropped because of Siege. Hopefully I'll have it out tomorrow. But I think I'm on week 26. And that is 25 straight weeks of 7 days a week of a devotion that's out there that you can kind of follow along with your family, especially if you have young kids. It's really good for them. It's very it's trying to teach different parts of the Bible, different scriptures of the Bible, and different themes of the Bible. So if you follow along, you'll learn a lot there. Andy also has one that he's working on. It's called The Bible is Metal. The Bible is Metal because he wrote it because he always heard that people said that the Bible's boring, and he's sharing some of the most metal or cool or awesome stories in the Word. And that's really awesome. Southeast Game Exchange was great, but the next one that we're going to is right here, Louisiana RetroCon. This is my shirt from, what is that, 25? Is that what it says? No, 23. My goodness. This is the 23 shirt. But we are going to be at Louisiana RetroCon not this weekend, but next weekend. And that's our next convention. And I will be preaching, wouldn't you know it, on Pokemon. And I've never really played a ton of the games, but I do know a ton of Pokemon because my son collects it. We watch the cartoon. I just don't really play that much. I do the Pokemon Go, but I'll be preaching on Pokemon this week, or next weekend. So if you join on over to Louisiana RetroCon, and you'll be able to see that. Oh man, this is amazing. Thank you. Bryce, you're amazing. A member for 9 months. So awesome. But since you're a member for 9 months, Bryce, let's share your stuff right now. If you want to be a member, it's really cheap, and it just helps us get to the conventions. And what we'll do is we'll make a simple video just for you, for your content, if you'd like us to. Sometimes people want to join in and just help the cause and be more anonymous, and that's fine too. So if you do, you'll get one of these amazing videos. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to play our Culture Box of the Week, which is a group of friends that are in that Christian Creators, and then I'll play the Coffee of the Week. Let's get it.
Bryce JW is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic Geometry Dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW.
Real quick question. Bryce, Religious Fanboy, you guys that may be on the main side, did y'all see that video? Because I see it on the short side. I don't see it on this side. So did y'all see that video? Say yes or no. Because if not, I'm not going to play the other videos. Because they're just on the short side for some reason. Did you see it on the big side? Anybody? On ours, we see it on both. Great. I think it's just on my screen. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'll share it. So this is our Culture Box of the Week. Our friends over at the Cellcast.
The Cellcast hosts Jacob and Drew review animated movies and TV shows, discussing what they appreciate about the medium in whatever form it takes, whether it's a traditional hand-drawn animated movie, claymation shorts, or a 3D CGI series. Check out some animated reviews when you subscribe to The Cellcast at thecellcast.podbean.com. And don't forget, Cell is spelled with a C and a single L at thecellcast.podbean.com.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
So use Rushmore for free shipping. That's our friend over at the Village Coffee. They have a bunch of great stuff. They got cold brew. They got all kinds of really stuff. Go check out that and let them know that we sent you. If you use the Rushmore, you get it for free, and that's just amazing because getting a great coffee at a good price is definitely makes my day go better. Tell Cade we said hello. We're actually trying to get a Rushmore blend, so hopefully that happens. Whoa, with a 5-bomb. Bryce, you didn't have to do that, dude, but thanks. That's going to go right towards the ministry and getting us to the next convention. We love you, man. Let me see who actually is getting those. Because if I log in to the channel, I can see who actually received those, which is cool. So while I'm doing that, of course you wanted to. Thanks, man. Thanks for being in the service as well. That means more than you know, man. Well, let's get back into this, and I'll share who Bryce gave memberships to. But let's get our friends Pammy and Javi back out here. All right, man. So Pammy, you're up. This is Link. This is a softball pitch if you're a Zelda person. I skipped it this time because of the two other ones I just think are much better games and much more favorite games of mine. So, what's your number 2 on the list?
Ooh.
Tough.
Okay. I'm gonna do. So this is Nightmare Before Christmas, the Pumpkin King for Game Boy Advance.
Nightmare Before Christmas, the Pumpkin King, Game Boy Advance. I didn't even know this was a game.
I said Pammy's list was going to be very Pammy, but this is actually a bit of a. If you have,
Is it a platformer?
Yeah.
It's
a
a.
Metroidvania.
Yep.
Are you like throwing pumpkin heads?
No.
Please.
So
What are you fighting with?
And then you gotta like it's like Metroid. You gotta go through and you have like different. You jump over tombstones, then you got like your big bad and Oogie Boogie, and like The secret is it got really hard, and I still haven't passed it, and I've been playing it since I've been like 14. So no,
she,
17.
She played on her DS Lite because when she with it, because like totally sorry, like your dad wouldn't like buy.
Okay,
it.
so my dad refused to buy me any more video games after the PlayStation because he said I didn't play them enough, and he said I'm not wasting my money on it anymore. You don't play them enough. And I said,
hey, Heather's in the house. Welcome in.
Hey, babe. So I'm like, that makes me super sad. And so my dad's like, well, you can buy video games when you have your own money. Well, at 16, I got my first job, and that's what I did. So I bought the DS, the DS Lite that had like the Game Boy in the bottom.
Yeah.
And
that was one of her games.
That was one of the games I bought because I've loved Nightmare Before Christmas forever. It came out when I was 2. And my grandmother did this thing where she bought me every VHS because I was like a little introverted, like a little weird kid. So she bought me every VHS you can imagine. I own every VHS from 1990 to 1999. And that was one of the ones she bought me. Hi, Heather. And basically, she didn't realize how spooky it was. And I would just listen to the music, skip over the Oogie Boogie parts, and enjoy the ghost dog. So yeah,
that's fantastic.
I have a tattoo somewhere of my Christmas.
I have played it a little bit, and quite honestly, it's a bit of a sleeper. Like it's a good game.
It
is. Don't expect it to be amazing like Metro, but it's a good game.
It's a
Metroidvania game.
It's very well themed. If you like Nightmare Before Christmas, it's very well themed.
Exactly.
That's a great story, and that's why that's what this show's all about. It's not about like the very best of all time. It's about sharing cool stories, sharing our experiences. Speaking of that, Pixel Parts, we were just talking that she's going to be on the show later with RNG and Retro Beard, and they're doing comfort games. And Heather, buckle in because Pammy's giving us a bunch of comfort games this week.
I texted her.
She's
like,
awesome.
Jelly, you're doing cozy games. That's my niche.
Yeah, that's her stuff. Really and what's up, Bryce? Comfy, cozy. Yes, exactly. So, Bryce, here's who you gifted. Trapo Colo, Desert Coliseum, Kiera Creations, Troy 8302, and Griffin Gamer 8072. Hopefully you guys, you're welcome. I'm Bryce. PNX, y'all's room is awesome, he said.
Thank you, Bryce.
Yeah. There's all kinds of really good goodies going on.
It's only getting more and more unhinged to the point where
Javi, what is your next one?
All right, get ready, because you know what's coming. Link's Awakening. It's my third.
Wait, second.
So
I'm sorry, my second.
I'm used to Handy being here because he would drop our favorite little video.
Exactly.
Yeah. But give me a second. Here it is. You got the black
our first Rushmore.
Yeah, our first Rushmore.
This is the DX version for the Game Boy Color, which it is a little bit better. And I do remember playing this one specifically on the Game Boy Color because I didn't have the original Game Boy. I had the Game Boy Color, and while I did buy some original Game Boy games, I do remember that this one I had it as a Game Boy Color game, and they do make it look a little bit nicer with the colors specifically built for it, for that game. But yeah, they say when you said it, I was like, okay, we're gonna clash. We're gonna crush.
Hey, let me.
It's a great game.
Just say this real quick. Welcome to the show, Andy.
Hey,
He's here.
Sorry, guys. It's
No,
it's
you're
been
fine.
chaotic, but awesome.
Andy is he had a big day today, so Andy, tell us. Whoa, Bryce gifted another one.
Bryce.
Bryce, you didn't have to. And Bryce, that was for DJ. DJ Blade is a good friend of mine. DJ Blade, I'm gonna have to message him. DJ Blade 3688. He's actually an old student of mine when I was teaching ministry. Awesome. I'll have to message him. But that's a W. So welcome in, Andy. Let me catch you up. Have you been watching?
On and off. I've been trying to. Yeah, it's
all right. Yeah, because you had to drive and you had to be safe. Hey, still got my old Game Gear. Says Honky Kong.
Honky Kong.
Hey, so Rosie, we went through that. We just got our first Rushmore, which is Link's Awakening. So I have come out with Tetris and Link's Awakening for my 4 and 3. Pammy, she went with I don't remember your 4. What was number 4? Oh, Guitar Hero.
Yeah, Guitar Hero.
And then Nintendogs. And then she just did a Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Pumpkin King.
The Pumpkin King?
Yeah, the Pumpkin King for the GBA.
For Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And then Javi, let's see, he just did Link's Awakening. He also did
Pokemon Sun.
And
my first one was Wario Land 2.
Yeah, Wario Land 2. So that's where we're at. So, Andy, do you want to drop your...
absolutely. I'm ready.
What's your number 4, Andy? What's your criteria?
So my criteria, there's an obvious route that I could have gone for my 4, if you know me. And I tried to stray as much away from that as possible. At least the list being dominated by these people right here. You know,
that's what
the same way.
But I'm not going to be 100% successful at that. I'm going to be as good as I can be. But so for my number 4, but also there's like weird nostalgia tied to handheld games that I tried to think like, could I be as controversial tonight without being controversial? Because they all count, but it's not necessarily the route that like I think many people would think. And there's a super nostalgia to my Rosie, and it ties to my dad. And no, it's not Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That's what I did for Tetris.
Yeah, so it ties to my dad. It's way different than Tetris. You know what? It's kind of like Tetris in a sense. No, but it's not. My dad, one of my fondest memories, and he's still around, so it's not like I'm saying it like he's gone. But he had this pastime that he really, really enjoyed, and when he couldn't do his pastime, my dad didn't really play video games. Like definitely not a video gamer at all. Like we were not doing that. But he had this little handheld thing that was like a video game. So I'm going to be as controversial as I can to do. 1996, this thing comes out. It's called Radica Bass Fishin' Electric.
Yes.
Yeah. But I remember, if you see the picture of this, it's so 90s. Like your whole tackle box, the handle of the thing is your tackle box, and like it's listed. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay,
yeah, my dad had it.
Yeah, everyone's dad, I think, had this.
I think it's like your dad had to have had it.
If you were a dad in the 90s, you were
dad in the 90s and also like fishing.
Yes, you were required by law to have. But I remember it was like he would spend so much time fishing, and then and he would never play video games. Like he was not playing the games I was playing. Maybe he was awesome every now and then, but he would sit on the couch and he's casting and fishing. And,
yeah.
And I remember like
Billy Bass on the wall.
We did have a Billy Bass.
Everybody did, dude.
Yeah, we had a Billy Bass, but my dad actually had actual mounted bass too, as well. But anyway, I remember, and it's like the worst, like little pixels of like this fish that you're getting. But it was pretty cool because it was like almost like the monitor that he had on his boat, like the depth of the water and like all this kind of stuff. But it was that was what it's so weird that when I thought handheld games, like this was the first one that came to my mind. And it's just, again, there's so much nostalgia to it. So I'm going to go Radica, 1996 Radica. What are we on right now? We're up to number 2. We're all the way to the list.
Well, it's my next pick.
Well, that's fine. I'll just give
I'll
give my
pick
4
for
and 3.
2.
I'll give my 4 and my 3. And then coming in at number 3. So that was 4. I guess you guys want to add anything on Radica bass fishing before?
Well, I will say this: I never owned this. My dad didn't have this, but I'm positive I know which one you're talking about, and I feel like I could go to any one of my buddies' houses, and it was sitting on like the nightstand or the whatever. It's like, oh, your dad plays that game. Yeah. My dad did not. He did like fishing, but again, Tetris was the only game my dad played. So, I lie. And you reminded me of this, and this is kind of a veteran move. And I was hoping you would say this. My dad actually, he would get the handheld like slot machines and poker games.
Yes.
And I thought that's what you were going to say.
I did
was
too.
like,
I thought you were going to say that too. I was
like he did play those.
Like blackjack.
Yeah, like blackjack or whatever. You need to have like $7 zillion, and you just sit there all day. And
but
play.
there's something really cool. Like, again, going back to the bass fishing one, it's like with the loss of like physical media, and I know like whatever, we've probably beaten the dead horse talking about that. Like to have something that's like not even just like a cartridge video game, like an actual all-in-one fishing rod. That was also that's pretty cool.
Kyle was collecting the Tiger handhelds for a while. He just sold them all.
Yeah.
But he had like 100 of them, and he had some big money ones. But he sold them all because now he's doing cards. But I went over there and I was looking. I was like, dude, I don't even remember this handheld. Like I didn't ever even seen this, and it was out like the time when we were kids. I was like, there's so many of those.
Yeah,
but I have my eye on 2 Tigers that every time I try to get them, they're a fortune.
They're so expensive. I was like, dude, you're actually buying those? Like that's like the worst game for the nothing. Like you're getting like it's $1,000 for like
$1,000 for a game that does that. Yeah,
and it's like you're done. Put it up.
Yeah,
it's just a display. So what's your number 3? TJ Jazzy Jeff.
So I moved back to my old stomping grounds, which is where I'm at right now. And there's nostalgia. Every time I drive around here, in my head, I think of one. Kirk, you'll understand this. 106.7 The End. I guess I just think of that. There was the alternative rock station down in New Orleans. And if the weather was bad enough, like on the North Shore, you would catch it sometimes or whatever.
Yes. Yes, it does, Briar.
Absolutely,
yes,
absolutely does count, Tamagotchi.
But or you could just use this, right?
Nintendogs. Yeah. So there's a lot of nostalgia that ties to it, and one of the nostalgia, again, like maybe 10 minutes from where I live right now, is where I went to preschool, and it's no longer there. It's long gone.
Your wife went there too, right?
Wife went there. It's actually a crazy story. We both went to the same preschool. She moved to Texas. I moved to just further north in Louisiana, not north, but anyway. And she moved back senior year of high school where we met, and then we found out we went to the same preschool. It's a crazy story. Anyway, we have pictures that we were in the same
last
preschool
time we were on,
class.
you showed us a picture. It was super cute.
Oh, did it? Was it really? It's something about you guys brings up nostalgia, and it just
perfect.
I just,
I love
we shared it probably about 5 times on the show.
it's a cool story. I love telling it. But anyway, all that to say, I remember distinctly a day. It was something outside of just normal preschool hours. Like we had some event there or some kind of something. I forget exactly what it was, but my buddy brought a Sega Game Gear to this said event, whatever it was, and I remember playing as long as I could Sonic 2 on the Sega Game Gear. That's going to be my number 3 right here. I know last week we talked about the Master System, and I brought up Sonic 2 as well. But it's just on the Game Gear itself is just what it just it sticks in my memory so much. So I'm going to go Sonic 2, which I think is great. Sonic on the Game Gear and the Master System is a little bit different than what you were used to on like Genesis and some different things like that. A couple different things, but I remember playing the mess out of that game for sure. And it tied to this nostalgia for me.
I had a Game Gear. It was a blue one. Lost the back like everybody else did. No, it doesn't, or it didn't work when I got rid of it, or something happened to it. I don't even. It's probably in the attic somewhere. But I only had one game for it, and it's not a game I would put on here. But I would have loved to have Sonic 2. That would have been awesome. Or some of the other classic Genesis games that were on there. That's like the main reason to have a Game Gear, was to be able to kind of take your Genesis games everywhere, was kind of some of that. And this is obviously one of the best, if not the best, Genesis game. So, of course, it needs to be on the list. Perfect. Do you guys like Sonic 2 at any capacity? Game Gear, whatever?
My only experience with the Game Gear as a kid was, I remember I had a friend that had it. Because if you think that the Game Gear was like kind of like not many people had it over here, back home it was like a rarity. Like I remember it being like, "Yo, you got money if you got these."
I didn't have anything with the Game Gear.
But I remember he had this like hockey game that I like playing there on that one. It's one of the games I remember playing there. I don't think he had. Surprisingly enough, I don't think he had Sonic. I think he had like that one and maybe Aladdin or something like that. He had on Game Gear. So yeah, that's my most. I was a very Nintendo kid when I was a kid.
Oh,
I was mostly Nintendo, but we definitely had the Genesis. And
I was very Nintendo until PlayStation, and then
Same, yeah.
Then I was a very PlayStation until kids. And then now I've revisited with the Switch, of course. But hey, well, I'll jump in. Now we're caught up. My number two is a game that I talked about before in I think it might have been an honorable mention in either role-playing games or something of that nature. But I remember kind of traveling the world and going to Iraq. And I wanted a game that I could play not only on the flight there, but on the flight back, and if I ever had any downtime there. And so I looked for a role-playing game, and this is the one I picked up, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. Golden Sun. Zooming in. There it is. Golden Sun. And I actually put it on behind me. It is just a phenomenal role-playing game, and it is one of my favorites. Let's see, I pulled up some of the specs to kind of talk about it, because although it is a great game, unless you're kind of a role-playing fan, which I know Andy is not, you don't really know much about it, because it doesn't have like Final Fantasy. It doesn't have a zillion iterations. There's only a few, and this is the original. This is the one, Game Boy Advance. I was trying to look, 2002, which would line up if that's what it is. I'm trying to bring up my notes, but it's freezing. But great game, Golden Sun. Pammy, Javi, I know Andy does not, but do you guys know this game?
So I know about it, and surprisingly enough, I think that is a game that we recently picked up, Completing Box. I just know it's an RPG, and I know it's a great RPG for the Game Boy Advance. So I actually kept it just because Pammy's getting a lot into RPGs, and I figured that could be a feature.
Yeah. This is what it looks like.
Yep. Pretty sure that's the one. Yep, that's the one we have.
Yeah, it's awesome. Actually, this is the one I have, because there's two of them. I have the Lost Age one, which is this one. There it is.
I think
they're very similar. I love both of them actually, but the Lost Age is the one that I have, and then it's just it's a whole lot to me. It's a whole lot like what's up, Mariano? Sorry, I didn't see you over there. My top 4: Tetris, Final Fantasy Adventure, great game, Donkey Kong, and Golden Sun. So great stuff. Andy, tell me about Golden Sun.
Well, I know that I don't know it.
I don't either. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
we have it. I've never played it.
I know that there's a song my kid likes to sing, Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun.
That's Miss Rachel.
Please shine down on me. You know, there's that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
about.
Mr. Golden.
Yeah, I know that. There's probably a Chinese buffet. There's probably a Chinese buffet.
Pammy, is your kid singing that too? Yeah,
He was.
2001. Which lines up?
He was when he was little bitty, but now he's 4 almost, and he likes SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's great. SpongeBob's great.
Miss Rachel for a long time. But
Yeah, we're out of the Mrs. Rachel world.
we
Now,
are too.
by now, 3-year-old, she's kind of. She actually, believe it or not, I just downloaded Scholastic. There's an app there.
Yeah.
And it has like Magic School Bus and Clifford.
He loves Magic School Bus.
She loves Clifford right now. I'm like,
Oh, I love that.
He
I
loves
love both of
dogs.
those.
I'm here for it. So
The thing with our son is he really likes high stim stuff. We try to be like, all right, dudes, like try to calm down a little bit. He likes Gullah Gullah Island. He
Yeah,
likes
that's good.
Clifford. He likes Little Bear.
oh, good.
Like we try to especially towards like the night, I try to give him more like chill things because this kid literally he's watched so much SpongeBob. It's gotten me to a point where I don't always. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of sponge. No, I don't know if we're learning anything. Right? Like, let's.
I like
take a break.
I feel like that. Like if I were having a hard time going to sleep, I could just throw on. What was the one you just said? The bear. Anyway,
Little Bear. Oh,
Little
dude,
Bear. Like it's so calming.
so soothing.
The way that they talk, I'm like, man, I just.
Well, I read him I have the original book from like 1964 or something, and he has no bandwidth for it. He's like, we could watch the show, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like you're right.
We're trying to emulate our childhood with him a little bit, I guess.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, because I feel like in a way, the good thing that we're a little lucky about is the fact that technology grew with us, right? It's not like right now where like technology is what it is.
So ahead of these kids.
It's so ahead of time, right? So I think it was lucky for us that we grew along with technology. So whenever he starts gaming, he's gonna have to start with the NES.
Come on.
I'm sorry, but and then
no
he can,
Roblox,
and then he can grow from there.
It's funny. I try to put my kids on like the 64, and hopefully Kevin's not here. But they just don't understand that you don't move the controller. Like I bought Mario Kart thinking, oh yeah, my kids will definitely enjoy Mario Kart, right? It's the controller. They can't figure it out. They're so used to.
I do that anyway. It doesn't matter when I'm playing.
Yeah.
I think we all did that, right?
Yeah, but like even if
Except for Andy, he's high thinking.
I was always. I knew everything.
Yeah, but like I'll be by myself and I'm doing this with the Switch, and I'm like, what? I don't.
That's hilarious. Andy, Link.
All right. Am I back? Is it back to me now? Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I held out as long as I can before I started talking about some of my real loves. Of course, I love bass fishing. Of course, I love these other games here. But let's not kid ourselves. My number 2, my Link, is actually going to be, I'm assuming Pixel Parts, it's going to be a Rushmore here because of one you said, and it's not Final Fantasy, and it's not Golden Sun, so you can kind of narrow it down. I'm going the OG Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. And I'm talking about Mario or Jumpman and Donkey Kong. And I just love this game. Getting the hammer, everything. I absolutely love this game. And one of the things that I like to do every now and then, especially when we're talking video games, we're doing stuff, and I go just look at images of gameplay of these games that I played, and it just is like floods memories back. And I love the sounds of this game. I love the music. I love that in Super Mario 2, the one that just came out. If I think it's like even just in the beginning, the illumination screen with the minions, where they pick up they get the hammer. It's one. I was like, I'm already gonna love this movie because that. But yeah, I love this game. The climbing on the vines and all that stuff. Just everything about this game. You see where Princess is at the beginning, and she's yelling "help, help," and then it just comes all the way over, and it shows you where kind of shows you the whole course. And man, I love this game. So I'm going OG Donkey Kong. I know you guys know I'm a Donkey Kong fan. I love everything that Donkey Kong did after that. Obviously, Donkey Kong Country and everything that's happened since then. I love Donkey Kong Country. Don't get me wrong, but something about the OG. There it is, right there. I just love that game.
Love Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a Donkey Kong movie that we get that.
I think it's like rumored.
Yeah.
Plus, they got Seth Rogen playing Donkey Kong.
I just didn't like that we didn't get him into. We had a shot of him, but we didn't really get any Donkey Kong happening in Super Mario 2. But I get it. I just selfishly, I want some more Donkey Kong. But
the movie wasn't well received.
I loved the movie. I think it's fantastic. But if I'm nitpicking, I just want some more Donkey Kong.
I did too. I looked for him the whole thing. I was like, where's Donkey Kong?
I just want, like, every one of those movies. Like, I just watched He-Man, right? Any of those movies where you're just bringing back my old childhood, I don't really care about the story. I just want Easter egg after Easter egg. That's it.
Right. And they know that.
Just keep
Mario does that.
Keep me going. Oh, did you see that? Like that.
Well, like in Super Mario 2, like with the.
With Rob the Robot.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I will say that when Mr. Game & Watch appeared, I was.
Oh, that too.
I was like, why did I freak out so much in that scene? I don't know, but it was awesome.
He goes,
my daughter's
Smash Brothers is happening.
Oh yeah, Smash Bros. Confirmed. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So we're to the George, and we're all caught up.
Yeah.
So Pammy, number one handheld game of all time.
You're gonna look at me and always be like comfort gaming. So back to what you were saying with your number 4, it's my number 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
let's do it. Of course.
Hold on. Let me get back on track. Let me.
I got it.
There it is.
So I love Tetris to infinity beyond.
Because you're Russian.
Yes, on my mother's side. And I actually our name was actually shortened at some point when we came to America. We're not sure when because we've never researched that much, but at some point my mother's maiden name was shortened. It was Resnick, and now it was shortened to Resnick. It was actually Resnikov because that's how Russian my mother is. Resnick. Or was. So yeah, I love Tetris. I love the music in Tetris. I said to Javi at dinner today, I'm like, when you bury me, you can bury me with Tetris. You can put it next to me, so while I'm in the waiting room, vibing up there, I can know I can be playing Tetris.
So Andy missed it. He wasn't here for this. Tell Andy about your late night escapades working and becoming the champion that you are.
When I was 20, I had a job at a psych hospital. It's just they call them PCTs or behavioral health techs, whatever. And everyone would be asleep, and my job was just to check the rooms and make sure all the patients were in their beds. And they said, whatever you got to do to stay up, do it. Caffeine, whatever, because the big goal is to not fall asleep on these 12-hour shifts. And I ended up reaching level 900. What is it? 999.
I don't know. Pammy claims.
No, it's true. He wasn't in my life yet. Okay? I was taught. Hey, look, I was talking to other men. So I'm sorry.
Oh.
But boys, really, I was only 20. But yeah, so I got to 999, and then it blacked out, and I thought I broke the game or something, and I was devastated. And then I got a little text or email. I forget. We're going way back in the day, and they were like, congratulations. So I love Tetris. I've never been able to do that again because I don't need to be up for 12 hours anymore. But Tetris is probably up there is one of my favorite games of all time.
So how long does a game last that goes from 1 to 9.99? How many hours?
I don't know. I just kept pausing it. I played it. Like I don't know. I think I want to say I played it. I don't know. I was so like we're going back like 15 years, if not more. So
I didn't realize you were pausing in between or whatever. Like so,
I had to because I had to go check. Like I had to work.
Because you go and check patients.
Yeah.
So here's a fun fact. I was so prior to going into ministry, because I went to school for being in the ministry and school to be a teacher now. So if you go before that, I was actually in school to be a nurse. Or a nurse, and so I wanted to do ER nursing, and that was kind of like single life, work 3 days a week, do this high impact stuff in New Orleans, and then go home and party and whatever. But while I was doing that, I was actually a CNA.
Yeah.
While I was going through school, and I worked in 2 different LTACs, long-term acute care, and I worked in 2 different hospice, and all 4 of them were overnight. So I know the overnight stay, going to check on patients, that whole deal. And I was usually like listening to different videos and things, but whenever I played games on my phone, I never actually played Tetris. Now I kind of regret because I need to chase the 9.99, right?
Well, I paid for it, and my dad was pissed because I was still on my dad's plan. And I get home, and my dad's like, "Pammy, why'd you download Tetris? It was like $10, whatever it was." Like, I was like, "Dad, because like I gotta stay up at work." And like he's like, "Well, shouldn't you be working at work?" And I was like, "Okay." So I remember my dad was pissed, but then I told him, I'm like, "Dad, like I think I beat Tetris," and he's like, "Bullshit." Excuse my language, but he said BS. He's like BS. I didn't mean to get you demonetized. I'm not trying to get you demonetized. He's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "No, I did. And I showed him. He's like, "Okay." And like I just remember, like I love Tetris. My whole family, like we're big Tetris.
We need to find a copy of somebody who got that email or text so we can frame it.
Because it was like back in the day when they would still do that, because like I think a lot of people were like freaked out because the game just shut off, and I didn't know. I thought I'd just keep on going up the levels. I want to say, because my dad was mad that I paid for the game, I want to say it took me like 3 shifts. Because I did go home and he was mad at me. And because he got the bill, he was mad. And I was like,
fun stuff, man. Andy, we all talked on Tetris. You love Tetris, right?
Well, I do like Tetris. But my question about Tetris for you is, if you're going to choose a piece to be, like, which Tetris piece are you? Like, it's a personality test thing.
It is. It's like the Myers-Briggs. Which
yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Kirk and I find that there's so many more effective, I believe. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, for instance. Which one are you picking? That's going to tell me way more about you than are you an ENFJ, or I don't care about any of that stuff. I need to know, are you Mikey or are you Donnie? Same thing with Tetris. Tetris, you know, it's I feel like it says a lot of which piece.
I'm either the straight piece because you can. That one's like
fantastic.
Or I'm the T piece because I think that's like a fun piece.
Those are 2 good pieces.
I love it.
Last pick.
Serotonin. You see the straight piece come down.
They do have names, I do think.
They do have. I want to say they have names.
So funny story. So like 2 years ago, we had these guys on. They like rank along with like reselling at the same time. And they invited us onto theirs, and they were like, "What?"
To be fair, they are not really video game people.
Yeah. They're not video games.
They understand video games, but that's just not their thing.
They're more sports guys, and they invited us over there, and we were like, "Well, let's do something that you've never done, that you won't ever do again," type thing, because you usually have different kinds of guests. Maybe we can help you, and like let's just rank and they do a top 5 thing. And it's a draft, so you can't match. So everything's on the board, and you're trying to kind of like how we do our next segment. So long story short, one of the guys, he's like he said, not all fairness, not really video game guys. His last pick, I think it was his last pick.
It was video game characters, by the way. It was video game.
It was video game characters. He chose the Z block. He said, "I'm going to choose the Z block in Tetris," and we were like, "You
It's the
joking?
worst.
That's like the worst piece, and it's a piece." And what are you talking about, dude?
I don't know if I could trust him after hearing that. I'd be like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it makes like I know.
I would not loan him money
about
after
him.
that. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Bryce said he remembers that. Yeah, Heather says, "What are the piece names?" Even I think it's Z block, square. I don't know.
Officially, it's like they're named after whatever capital letter they represent. So it's
L?
I Tetrimino, O Tetrimino, T Tetrimino, JLSZ.
Yes.
Going down the line. But they're called
Z
Tetrimino.
block names go hard. Anyways, that's fun stuff. All right. Yeah. Crushmore with the Tetris, Crushmore with the Link's Awakening. Javi, what's your George? Number one. Greatest.
Again, like I said, I was trying to avoid
No, you weren't.
too many of these franchises.
Do it again.
But I just can't. I can't not. The only reason I ever got a Game Boy at all, which was a Game Boy Color, like I said, I had an Atomic Purple, is because of Pokemon Yellow. So that is my ultimate favorite Pokemon game. For
Andy
sure.
hates this game.
I
This is the
got
worst
Pokemon
one.
Yellow because I wanted to play Pokemon that matched the anime because that's how I got into Pokemon at all. So I went with Pokemon Yellow. I know a lot of people are a little bit more OG with Pokemon Red and Blue, but to me that was Pokemon Yellow. On my little Atomic Purple, I remember. The only thing that sucks is that I couldn't do any of the cheats that you can do on Red and Blue because all of those were patched. So I had to rely on my cousins that had that could do the cheat codes, and eventually people got Game Sharks and stuff like that. But I remember using Game Sharks to get like 999 rare candy, so you can just like over level your Pokemon and evolve all of them. But I remember trading with my cousins and stuff like that. So a ton of fun memories playing Pokemon Yellow and getting into a Pokemon franchise. So I cannot pick it as my first one. It's like
So this is kind of like one of those personality tests. What color do you pick? Andy?
Exactly. I'm Pokemon Yellow.
I'm gonna go Pokemon Go.
I'm gonna have to do more research about Pokemon. I've never heard of it.
Okay. Pammy, do you like Pokemon games as much as Javi?
No. But yes, I like Pokemon games, but not as much as Hobby.
So Retro Vault was here earlier. The female side of that crew are collecting them all. I watched her video, Adriana's video, the other day. I think she only needs a couple, maybe two. I think maybe one or two. I don't know. But yeah, she had them all like lined up on like the railing and showing the ones that she got from Siege. So it's a big deal.
I want to say though, it does. There's another percentage that's maybe a little bit more challenging. Is your favorite Pokemon? Like, what does it say about you too?
Oh,
Well, yeah, we already did. We just did that show, and Andy, you were Snorlax, right?
It's the only answer, but yeah.
And it was Inte kind of day. That's who I picked, Inte. But Ninja Turtle Donnie, Tetris shape, the 1 point connection, 4 square piece. He's giving all the personality tests.
Oh, okay. What about you guys though? So I am interested. Favorite Pokemon.
My favorite Pokemon, Bulbasaur.
That's a great pick.
And see, if I'm going there, like starter pack,
You're just going right off the bat. Number one.
Wait, are we doing starters?
Nah, that's just all in all. That's my
In
favorite
general, Pokemon. It could be anybody in general.
General Pokemon,
Okay.
Bulbasaur.
The starters is Charizard. And general Pokemon, I like Ninetales and Mimikyu. And then I like Litwick and
Ghastly Lion.
No. I like Muck and
Muck.
Rock. I like Gengar, but he's not my favorite, but he's up there.
Gengar is my son's favorite.
Which one?
Gengar.
I like Gengar. And then what's the other one I really like? It's one of the newer ones that came out like in the Pogo era.
Hey,
It's a spooky one. I love all the spooky Pokemon. I love all the dark Pokemon.
It's
What's
just
the
a
little
ghost.
Pikachu that's like the voodoo doll Pikachu?
Mimikyu.
That's it.
I love Mimikyu. So long story short, we were at the Augusta Game Expo, what was it called? The one in Augusta.
Right, and I never put that short out. We need Andy. I got a short that I did with them, and I need shorts.
We finally found a Mimikyu that wasn't like $200, and Hobby gets it for me, and we get it home, and our son immediately rips it. Like immediately.
So the tail is attached to his head, so the tail would stay up like the Pokemon. So he separated that part. And technically, we could put it back together, so the tail stays up.
Yeah, but it's still like it was still annoying because I don't buy myself a lot of these cons, and I'm like whatever, dude. Yeah. And it was a gift, and then I'm like, because I'm like Noah, you broke. And he's like, I know, I'm like Noah, you broke my thing, and he's like, I broke your toy, and now we just found it because I was like, I'm just gonna let him keep it at this point. Like I was cleaning out his playroom the other day, and he pulls it out, and he's like, Mommy, I broke your toy. And he has good memory.
He has good memory.
I was like, yeah.
He woke up the next day and went to like wake her up, and the first thing that he said to her was like, I'm sorry I broke your toy.
Oh man.
I try to be a good mom. Thanks, Bryce.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I like a lot of Pokemon, and I always like the cute, girly Pokemon.
And the ghost type.
Pokemon.
Those are great choices for sure.
These are all great choices. So let me jump into mine. So we're not here until midnight because we started a little late.
Oh, this has been a pretty quick show for me. Yeah,
it's a pretty short episode. Hey, so I'm going to come in and go with my George. It's, I guess, kind of similar to Pammy, your last pick. Not your last pick, but your Link pick, I think. But I'm going with a Metroidvania type game for sure. Yeah. And so I'm going with this one, Castlevania Area of Sorrow. Nice. And this is like the best handheld game I've ever played. I mean, I love Symphony of the Night. I love all the Castlevanias in that style, and this game is just such a blast. And Kirk looks pale like a ghost. I don't know. Maybe my lighting is crazy. But I'm going with a Castlevania, a Metroidvania style game. You can go with a couple different ones. This one's the only one that I had on the Game Boy Advance. There's I think 2 or 3. But this is the one I had, and I love it. It's so much fun. I actually played through it about a year ago on this little emulation system. But I actually bought that one. Actually, I bought these two at the same time to go to when I went overseas. So I think I got them like literally on the same day. So that is going to be my George. It's the lighting. Sorry. Lighting down. But yeah, that's my George.
Castlevania is a good game, man.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick. Yeah. And there are 3. It's Circle of the Moon, Eye of Sorrow, and I'm skipping the third one.
Yeah, I thought there were 3. I didn't have the other 2. There's one with the paintings, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like one of my criteria is I had to have played it, so that very much so limited my list.
Yeah. Yep. Good games. Had fun with them and played a lot of hours. Just haven't played a lot of hours recently. So, but
Castlevania is a very solid franchise. That even the ones that are not so, it's like pizza. Even the ones that are not that good are still pretty good.
That's a great analogy.
Oh, that's a good analogy. That's a good.
And now pizza.
Harmony of Dissonance. That's the one. Yep.
Pizza won't give you explosive diarrhea anymore, so it's lettuce. So all along, they told me to eat my vegetables.
I saw a commercial I saw a reel the other day, Andy, and it was one of those teachers that I always watch, and he's like, "School's starting tomorrow. There's a reason to eat lettuce right now."
So teachers,
because he didn't want to go back to school.
Teachers trying to extend their summer break 2 more weeks. They're like, no.
Extra cheese is top tier pizza. Just cheese. Our second Rushmore show of all time.
You got to go back.
Was the top 4 pizzas. Top 4 pizzas. That was our second show we ever did.
That'd be a fun revisit. But I don't know how much mine's changed. But I just don't know.
Well, then we didn't really do like like what, like we actually did what kind, like from where.
Oh, I did Sicily's
Oh, yeah.
dessert pizza. I remember that. That was
Yeah, so like
Oh,
this
the
pizza
cheese
from this
pizza.
place is what we did. Yeah. I just had some deep dish pizza tonight. Pretty good. If it's from Pizza Hut, it's way up the list. All the cheese, Heather says.
All the cheese. I love cheese.
Because lactose intolerant over here.
They make pills for that. I'm actually
So
like.
there was a guy. Wait, hold on. Pause. There was a guy at the convention. He was at the Flawed booth, one of the TCG games, and he was handing out stickers. You spin the wheel, and it was from a small place in Pigeon Forge, and he could not eat cheese at all. And I was like, they make pills for that, just like you said. And he's like, no, they don't make pills for this. But he goes, well, maybe they do, but I ain't taking it. The reason he couldn't eat cheese was because he had a fear of dairy. A fear. Like a real fear. And he named out the fear. And he's like, I'm deathly scared to eat cheese or eat dairy. I was like, what? Okay.
The behavior.
He was at the Flawed table.
The person.
So
the behavior.
my son was like, Dad, I want to go get some pizza. And he's like, oh, no pizza.
So he feared dairy. Would you say that he's a coward?
I would. Hopefully, I see him next year. I'm dropping that. He's probably.
The wheels were turning the whole time you were talking about. I'm like, I gotta go.
Fear of cheese is called. He had a name. It was called. Yep, turophobia.
That's why.
A rare and specific phobia characterized by anxiety, panic, physical distress triggered by the sight, smell, touch, or thought of cheese.
Get out, Andy. Go.
Mecca Otaku, what's up? Get out, Andy. Go. Yeah,
I'll see myself out. Yeah.
Anyways, all right, Andy, finish our George.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want red or blue
It's
or diamond?
Castlevania, whatever. No, it's Pokemon Yellow. That is the
I think I would
go-to.
crash twice.
That is the go-to, absolutely, for all the reasons that we said. I say it every time I'm able to talk about Pokemon on the show. Pokemon is so good of a game. I'm not an RPG fan at all, but I will play it if it's Pokemon. And I don't really. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not an anime fan. I just never really watched much anime. But I'll do it for Pokemon, and it is absolutely the best. I grew up with it. Again, Pokemon coming out in late 90s. Just it was my childhood. It was what I came and watched when I came home from school. It was the cards that I traded, and then you get it on the game, and you can play these things. I loved Yellow because you get Pikachu, right? Again, now Pikachu's not the go-to guy, but of course we love Pikachu. He's the face of the franchise and everything. You get him in it. I love kind of just like you said how it worked in elements of the show. You get some of those things in Yellow more than you get, or when you didn't get that in Red and Blue. I love Red and Blue. I mean, absolutely love those games. But Pokemon Yellow is Kevin. It is absolutely, and I don't care. At all, because you put Pokemon in your RPG and I will absolutely love it. It doesn't matter, it's Pokemon does enough for me to overshadow.
I'm seeing if I can find the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, but
it's not on here. Pammy, what system is it on?
It should be on GBA. The Pumpkin King. Nightmare Before Christmas is the Pumpkin King.
But I'm going Pokemon Yellow. It's the go-to.
It's a good pick. Can't go wrong with Pokemon.
That's a great pick.
Can't go wrong with Pokemon.
I just hate that it costs so much right now. It's so expensive. Like when I find it places like,
I mean,
I say so expensive. It's more than I want to spend when I'm somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know, but.
And to think that Pokemon has it's the same thing as Tetris. Like if Tetris was at the beginning and really lit up the fire for the Game Boy, Pokemon was the thing that really just just when Nintendo thought that they were over the Game Boy, they were already starting to think about the next thing. Pokemon comes out and then somehow gives it life for like another few years.
Yeah.
Because they were already thinking about doing the GBA by the time that it came out, but because of Pokemon, then that's when they did Pokemon. They
Found
did
it.
Game Boy Color. You found
It's
it?
I found it. It's under Tim Burton's.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
Tim
Yeah.
Burton's.
Yeah.
It is Tim Burton's. The Night Before Christmas.
It's a bit of a sleeper, I say. Like, it's a fun. If you like Metroidvanias, that's your game. It's a.
All right, Barry. Pokemon is Bob Marley's favorite Hawaiian dish.
Pokemon.
Every time. You do know it's the exact same formula as every other RPG.
Except
My top
there's no
4
Pokemon in there.
handheld games are following, or as follows. So, dude, you actually wrote this thing out. Summon Night Twin Age DS.
Link.
Is that Link Between Worlds, 3DS, Odin Sphere, Vita, Persona 4, Golden, Vita, Sands of Destruction, and TWEWI are honorable mentions. That was supposed to say Link. Yeah, I got it. I wonder if Tim Burton was ever a lover.
Barry, by you coming in the comments, my joke doesn't seem so bad. So that I do appreciate that about you, Barry.
Persona 4 Golden. I played Odin Sphere, so good. Well, Barry, we love you, man. And The World Ends With You is the TWEWI. Good pick. All right, let's do our honorable mentions. And Andy, now you know all the picks, so we can kind of just jump right in it. And the reason we call it the Benjamins is because Benjamin Franklin, as I always say, for anybody new, was widely considered maybe the 5th guy in the mountain. So we're going to talk about who missed our mountains. All right, so it's the same order in the first round, and it goes backwards and forwards and backwards. So Pammy, you're up first, but you also get the last pick. So what is the one game that missed all of our mountains today? Now remember, once it's said, you can't say it again. So none of the picks before, and it's kind of like a draft. So if you know something that maybe Javi wants, so you can take it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Pokemon Red.
Hey, there you go. Good.
Let's just go through all the colors. Pokemon Red, of course. And I felt like many of these were going to get said today. So so now 3 Pokemon are gone, dude. Pokemon Red.
I loved it. And
It's good
She still
stuff.
has her childhood copy too.
I still have the original copy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I have a few childhood copies hanging around, but none of them are Pokemon.
Her mom played that too when she was pregnant with her brother. I love that story.
So
Yeah.
do we have time
It's
for story
pronounced Tui. Oh, okay. Yep. Thanks for helping me out, Mecha Otaku. Hey, we'd love to have you back on. So I'm glad to see you hanging around. Andy looks 16. Yeah, because he shaved his beard for missions.
Yeah.
That's a great video. It was live. He's actually sumo wrestling. So Yoshi Island was fire. National Ref Ball League, welcome in. It's the first time I've ever seen you here. So welcome to the Summit Squad. Thanks for being here. All that means is welcome to the community, and we rank our top 4 of certain things. So thanks for being here, man. And guys, while you're out there, hit the like and go follow everybody in the chat. So and support them. That's really all. I think I was too old for Pokemon. Otherwise, I would be all in it too. Javi, which Pokemon are you picking?
I'm gonna go with Donkey Kong Land.
Donkey Kong Land.
Yeah,
Nice.
which I recently just played. I played on the Chromatica from Retro Sub, but great. I mean, if you like Donkey Kong Country, just give it a try. It's just basically Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy. So
I love
very
that.
fun game.
I love that. I'm gonna go. So I'm going to go with, well, I'll save that one because I think that one will last till later. I'll go with, you know what? I'm going to go with a game I don't have. I only played it on this. I never actually owned it until this, and I wanted to play it because it is an ode to my favorite Zelda of all time. I'm going with Link Between Worlds.
That was just mentioned here. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one. So I love that Zelda. It basically is an ode back to Link to the Past. So really fun game, kind of remaster, redone. That's going to be my first pick out the draft. Andy, back to back.
Yeah, I'm going to go now. Refresh my memory. Which Mario game did you pick earlier?
Wario World 2. Wario Land 2.
Yeah.
Wario Land 2.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to go Wario Land, which is Super Mario Land 3. That's what I'm going to do for mine. I have it in the other room there. Just, again, a lot of nostalgic memories, getting the Viking helmet and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to follow it up with, why not? Let's just take another one off the board. Let's go Pokemon Blue. Let's just let's get that out the way, too, while we're at it.
Put them on the board. Yes. All right. So that's a good pick. That's a really good pick. Hey, I'm going to come in with, and I only have the example that came with, I don't even know what this came with. Did it come with my double screen? But it's the demo version, but I want the full version. I'm going with Metroid Prime Hunters.
Nice.
And this is the demo where it's only like the first level, but I want the whole game, which is a fun game.
With a console over there.
Oh, well, I want the full version.
Yeah.
I want one of the Metroids.
Yeah. So my turn. You know what? I'm gonna go with what kind of got me back into Mario Kart again. Then that was Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, I believe.
Yeah.
That one came pre-installed with my 2DS. Pammy got me for my birthday that one time. That was fun. That was fun getting back into Mario Kart. I don't think I've played Mario Kart since probably a little bit on the Wii then. But I think the most I played Mario Kart was probably the 64 and the Super Nintendo. So that was one that I just played a lot by myself.
I can tell you on the Switch, we played a ton of number 8, and just that. I mean, that was the one we got. Was the one with it built in, and we played hours. I mean, so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't play.
Mario Kart's such a great franchise.
I didn't play on the Switch. I've been playing more of Mario Kart World,
which we haven't done that, but cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, Matt.
All right. Mine is Starfy, or The Legend of Starfy.
The Legendary Starfy on the DS.
The Legendary Starfy on the DS.
Yeah.
I've not played this. I don't.
Why that one,
Pammy?
Legend of Starfleet.
Starfy. The Legend of Starfy.
Legend of Starfy.
It's a platformer.
Oh, I love platformers.
It's a platformer that
So you are a starfish, and you're trying to survive the underwater world. And
Which system?
DS.
And it's a very like cozy game, but it is a platformer.
Oh, I like the colors. I like the colors in it.
And it is very fun.
Oh.
And I played with my brother.
Yeah, she played with her brother.
So because we have such a big age difference, I got the DS, and he had a DS.
Heather says
Starfy.
Confession: I'm horrible at Mario Kart.
I am really good at Mario Kart. I'm so sorry.
Kevin says I was away for a bit, but Castlevania on GBA were great. Yes.
Yeah, they were.
Yes. And
I feel like I need to play this.
Starfy, joining in with the Starfy. And for 3DS, Link Between Worlds was amazing. Kevin, that's why you're my bud. Yeah, there it is.
It's such a good game.
Again, a bit of probably like a sleeper for a lot of people. They don't realize it's a fun platform.
Our second time at CG, no one had it. And like we'd be like, do you have a Legendary Starfy? And they'd be like, yeah. No,
she was looking hardcore for that game. She by
the time I found it, it wasn't even the original box. It was, and the game was a mess. He ended up replacing it for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have 2 picks.
Yep. Go again.
Okay. Scribblenauts.
National Ref Ball League says Lego Star Wars. Scribblenauts is an awesome game.
Yes, you finally.
I have played this. I love this
Scribblenauts
game.
is
That game's
amazing.
fun.
This is another game my brother and I played together because, like, literally with the 10
I'm pretty sure my daughter had that one too. McKenna.
Well, you had a 16-year-old and a 6-year-old, or a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old, so you were constantly looking for games we could both play and enjoy. And Scribblenauts is a big one for us. He still mentions it. He's like, Pammy, do you remember when we played Scribblenauts when I was like 6? And I'm like, I sure do, kiddo. So it's really cute. I love Scribblenauts.
So you are 11 years older than your brother?
10.
Yeah. So my sisters are 9 years older than me, and both of my kids are like 9 years apart. So that's very similar to us.
It's a treat. You get a built-in babysitter. So
Yep, that's what I said. Totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah. So what's up, Javi? What's your next?
All
one?
right, I'm about to steal this one if you had it on your list because, for all the Tetris talk, I'm actually surprised nobody has mentioned Dr. Mario.
Hey,
Yeah, dude, that game is fun.
Dr. Mario for me was the game where I was like, I'm okay with not playing that. Like, I wanted all the other Mario games or Tetris.
I love Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario
I'm not
was
saying it's a
love
bad
Dr.
game.
Mario.
I need to play it as an adult. I wasn't into it as a kid.
I don't
the
think
music
that I
alone
ever
is
was
legendary.
interested in it.
Hey, so National Ref Ball League, I just threw you a wrench, which means you can share your channel. Thanks for being here. Ah, man, Dr. Mario, the music slaps. Yes,
Yeah,
it
the
does.
music
That
alone
music
is just
is
great.
awesome. I love Dr. Mario. I have it right over there. It's one of the original.
Isn't the theory that Dr. Mario is not Mario, but it's like a cousin or something of Mario?
Which,
Have you ever heard of that?
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
like
he's a
where-
doctor and a plumber.
All right, so my next pick, Andy, I better pick this one really quick before you do.
Oh, Final Fantasy? You're getting
I
that out
would
of the
hate
way?
for you to steal this, but yeah, there's my Final Fantasy. And
Dang
you
it.
said, hey, so Pixaparts, you said adventure. I like adventure tremendously, but I love this one, which is Legend, which is the start of the other kind of route for them, the Secret of Mana style stuff. But yeah, man, Final Fantasy Legend, there's going to be my next pick.
All right. I'm going to go to the character that we have not mentioned yet today that I think, a ton of people
You hungry?
Ton of people love, but we don't talk about it a lot, and he is really hungry. And I'm going to go with Kirby's Dream Land for the game.
Oh, that's a good game.
Gosh,
I think
do I
Kirby's-
know you or do I know you?
Kirby needs more love. We know that, and I absolutely adore Kirby.
I love Kirby.
Great design of a character, but also great concept of what he does. Anyway, I love Kirby. So Kirby's Dream Land was a super fun game, Game Boy. Love that. But
Hey, Ref Ball League, you don't have to make on our account. We were just I was just saying if you do have stuff, you can definitely share your channel and stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your next pick?
Yeah, this is the next one where I start. Maybe,
This is your last pick.
Yeah, I start my list maybe a little controversial with bass fishing, and I'm going to end it maybe a little controversial, but it is handheld gaming, and it's recency bias, I think, because of the amount of time that I'm pouring into this thing as a handheld game.
Oh gosh,
and it's not a game in the sense of we're thinking a game, but it's absolutely a game. Kirk, you know it.
82-0.
We're going 82-0, baby.
Yeah.
82-0 is going to be my last pick. I
Dude,
am
82-0
so hooked on
is
this
so
game.
addictive.
I am so hooked on this game.
Yeah, dude,
I got
just found my old
81
bass
the other day. I
yesterday,
hate it.
no lie. Dude,
What is
82-0 is hilarious. So I've got it 3 times. Cannon's got it 3 times, and Andy, you've got it once, right?
I got it once plus an 81-1, which is
What is
absolutely
it?
ridiculous.
So if you guys, if you never
82-0,
played that game, if you
82-0
like
is-
sports, what you
Yeah.
do is it scrolls through eras of basketball: 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 0, 10, and
That's all that
20,
happens.
and then it gives you a game, a team,
A team and
and
what
you have to pick a
game.
player and try and make an 82
Of course,
team.
in the 60s, and you gotta fill your starting 5, and if you go 82-0, that's the
We're
goal.
constantly sending it back and forth. Look what I just got. Look what I just got. All right. Well, my last pick. Also, if you were hanging around in the Game Boy with Bryce, you would have seen this game. I love this game. I think it's underrated. Cool franchise. It's a branch off of a very hard franchise, but I'm going with Gargoyle's Quest.
Oh, that's a good
Uh,
game.
There is
Gargoyles!
Gargoyles. And there is my name written right there in my mom's handwriting. Look at that. Look at that. So, awesome. That's what I'm finishing up with. Gargoyle's Quest. Firebrand. All right. National Ref League says he just found his old bass fishing game yesterday. No lie. Did she write your name in your undies too? Oh. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. No, she did not.
Your tidy whities?
My underoos.
I need my night-night underwear.
Yeah.
Unwell.
All right, so Javi, last pick of the draft.
All righty. Thankfully, I had this one in the back of my head because Andy just stole one of my last ones. But I'm going to go because I played it recently. This is not one that I played as a kid. I just played it recently. Again, same as Donkey Kong Land, but I'm going to go with Super Mario Land for the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing through a lot of these games that I never played as a kid, so I gotta start with the first one. So I have the first one, the second one I'll play eventually. But yeah, the first one, Super Mario Land, great. Just another great Mario game that it kind of like tries to do its own thing under the limitations of the Game Boy, and I think they did a great. I love that a lot of the Game Boy games also are kind of like a quick, just quick enjoyment, quick entertainment, because a lot of them are not too long because they're you're supposed to play them kind of quickly. So I love that. If you ever want like something where you can just play, finish up, not have to spend like days finishing and stuff like that. It's great. It's great system to find games to do that.
Ref says all I got is dingleberries in my undies. Mecca, you're back. Well, welcome back. You missed all the fun. All right, Pammy, finish us off before we go home. Oh, we got one more game if we have time. Serious question: is Mario 64 better than Super Mario Sunshine?
Yes.
1,000 times better.
So
I like Sunshine. I'm playing it right now, actually, but it's
64 is top tier. That game. So, Pammy, what's up? Your last pick.
Last pick? Do I get an honorable mention, or is this my last pick?
No, this is your last pick.
This is your honorable mention.
Oh, this is my.
These are your honorable mention.
All right, my honorable mention, and I know this is gonna be controversial.
You can do two. You like that's like a veteran move.
No, it's okay. So my last pick, and it's because I play almost all my games exclusively in a handheld, is Animal Crossing.
She's talking about New Horizons. She's talking about New Horizons.
When you said Nintendogs, I was sitting there going, I bet she says Animal Crossing too.
So Animal Crossing, I literally text one of my really good friends because she's like, should I play Animal Crossing? And I text her back, you can bury me with it and make sure that Javi does it. I love Animal Crossing. So I was a nurse during COVID, and that was like, I didn't want to switch. I told Javi not to buy me one. I started playing Animal Crossing, and I love that game. I still play that game. I've redone my island a bunch. I get sad and mad with certain villagers on my island. I am emotionally attached to my Animal Crossing.
She plays Pokopia because of it.
That game for me is like during a time when everything else is hectic, Animal Crossing was my calm. It was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to finish this shift. I'm going to play Animal Crossing. And no one else in the hospital played it. And I was like, you guys are missing out. So we were playing Pogo, but Animal Crossing is elite.
What a great pick.
And I know it's not technically like a handheld, but I played in handheld mode. I've actually never seen that game on a big screen. Yeah. Because now I refuse.
And I think we've collected all the Animal Crossing games before that one.
Yeah.
To the point that she was playing the one on the GameCube too, and the one on the GameCube is kind of wild because they're the characters are like way more sassy on the GameCube. It's hilarious.
They give you attitude.
Hey, Mecha Otaku. Yes, we have done that one. We did it right here. 3 years ago, we did PlayStation 2. That was before we were doing them live. But PlayStation 2, that's like my favorite system.
Favorite system, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we did that one really early on. But yeah, we'd love to have you on for another one. We actually are booking a ton of. Look, we have a lot of people from Siege that are coming on. I think Austin's going to come back on again.
Pixel parts.
Hilly and Viceroy's coming on. Yeah, there's a ton of people that said they're coming back on in January and February. I think we're trying to iron that out. But with that being said, if you want to be on the show, especially if you want to be on for music or movies and TV, you're welcome to be on the show. Hit us up on Instagram. I'm booking all music right now. We have like 3 episodes that need some guests in music, which is going to be in September, October. Movies and TV, November, December. And video games, again, when we wrap back around, we'll start back up in January. So if you want to be on any of those, for sure, message me. But hey, let's do our last game real quick. This is usually what we bring to the booths when we have these conventions. And if you ever show up and you see this, you can spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, we'll ask you this question, and we'll do a little short or a reel with you. If you come to Louisiana RetroCon, you'll see this, and you'll be able to spin the wheel and get on the show. I would have brought this at Siege, but again, I asked Austin if we had a table, and I didn't get the information until it was too late. So I didn't bring everything, and we stayed down there.
Austin went so hard this year. I can't imagine.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
So, and by the way, we're in for next year. So I'll have this at Siege next year. I'm telling him, yeah, I want the table. So yeah. So I'm going to spin the wheel. There's like 16 games on here, but we can only play half of them because the other half we'd be here all night. So if whatever it lands on, I already have the game ready for you guys, and it's all on handheld. Let's see.
That sound.
Nope, we can't do that one. So we'll go to the next one, which is hot take.
Sweet haircut.
Take. So hot take is pretty easy. We don't have to scroll about anything. Give us a hot take that has to do with handhelds or video games of any sort. Javi with the sweet haircut. Celine 12 says Javi.
That's a local friend of ours.
Well, welcome in. Welcome to the Summit Squad. So do you have a hot take on handhelds or video games of any sort?
Shoot, a hot take. Is it really a hot take if it's true?
Andy, I know you have a hot take.
I have a hot take, and it's
go.
not anything necessarily, and I don't even know if it's really a hot take. Maybe it's like tepid take, room temperature take. I don't really know. But one thing that really grinds my gears.
Things white people say.
Yeah, is when a beloved video game character has a slight redesign because it's modernized and it's 20 years old and the world blows up. The world of gamers is like, they made his nose slightly bigger than it used to be. Just shut up. I hate that. Don't say words in that moment. You can think it, don't say it because it's stupid. Let people redesign things. Look at Mario original to now. There's been an insane amount of redesign, and it should be redesigned. You know why? Because we didn't have the same capability back then to fully imagine what he should be. Now I will say
thankfully, they did argue a little bit for Sonic because the original Sonic.
To me, I was like, whatever, who cares? Even in that instance, did they make him look better eventually? Yeah, of course they did. But like the Donkey Kong Bonanza thing, like just let it be redesigned. It's not your character. You may think it is because you grew up with it, but it's not yours. You have nothing. Yeah. Anyway, that's my hot take. So
all right, I just thought of one. And you can actually put this in the short if you want it, because it'll make the cult following of this game very, 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 very emphatic about it. And I kind of already said it before, but it is handheld related because my hot take is that Link's Awakening is a way much better game than Zelda Majora's Mask.
I knew that was coming.
That's my hot take.
Agreed.
So I'm okay that you said Majora's Mask. I would have a problem if you said Ocarina. But I can agree. I can understand the Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now if you said
I've had
was
discussions
nostalgic.
online with Majora's Mask fans, and the thing about Majora's Mask is a very polarizing game, but
Yes.
the thing is that the one side of the polar is very, very,
Side of the polar.
is very, very enthusiastic or passionate.
Side of the polar.
Is that the North Pole or the South Pole?
That, I don't know, but wherever they are, they're very, very enthusiastic and
Very
passionate.
polar.
There, Mecha Taku might be on it. There's a lot
I have
of
a hot. I have a hot take that. But Pammy, you're up. Go.
Okay, my hot take is handhelds are better than consoles.
You could put that on. You could definitely make a short out of that one. Say it again. Put yourself
Handhelds
in the
are
middle
better
so you
than
can put it in the
consoles.
short.
louder for
Say
the
it again.
people in the back.
There's another one.
My hot take is that handhelds are better than consoles.
I love that she moved over. That that would be a great. Hey, listen. Just throwing it out there. That would be a great one of those setting up for my Netflix documentary.
Right?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
so I got one, and this is something. I mean, it loosely has to do with video games because it had to do with Siege this week. And it's a hot take, I guess, for a lot of the people there because I couldn't figure it out. I was like, whoa. I love when you get to go to these conventions and you get to see like these big, like superstar people that have been in movies and things. I ain't standing in line
No. Me neither.
for 2 hours to talk to a YouTuber. I'm not doing it. and
you are a
number two, also not standing in a line hour or two for a guy who voice acted a video game. I don't know.
Very
I'm
hot,
just not doing it.
very hot take.
I know.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So,
Because here's the thing: when you get up there, it's
What?
like they charge you.
they charge you.
Not only are you standing in line, but they're charging you for that. Now, I can see like some of the smaller guys that didn't make a bazillion dollars, but when I get up and it's like, you know, somebody that was like when I went and saw Sergeant Slaughter, right? I'm like, dude, you are rich. I don't need to pay you $100 for you to sign this. Just sign it.
But the thing is, though, the more money, the more affluent they are, the more they charge.
Right.
I've been going to cons since I've been like 16.
It's
and
crazy.
because we're in Atlanta, so we're the home of Dragon Con, and those get insane panels. So there was someone I really, really wanted to meet, and I knew it'd be a long line. I was first in line to meet him, and I just stood there. He wasn't even at his booth yet. I just stood there. He walks up and he's like, "You are first."
that's
And I'm
right.
like, "What?"
Osram for president. Osram
Oh
for
yeah.
president.
Well, that's because Celine and I are the same person. So I'm like, you keep on meeting friends I have a lot of similarities with. So, but what I'm saying is like, so I stood to meet him, knowing what I was getting into though. Like that was like the biggest reason why I paid money to go to the con is because I want to meet this. It's a show I really like called
What We Do in the Shadows.
and I want to meet the whole cast at one point. It's like a goal of mine. But I also met the voice of Gur, and he was really, really nice, and I was really
Now-
young. And I
Now,
only-
with that being said, Andy, did you see that I picked this up?
I did, and I know why you picked it up. And you're talking about standing in line. Let me just say this real quick, okay? I don't think there's anyone that I'm standing in line 2 hours, a person to talk to. Like, and Jesus Christ is probably the only one that I would stand 2 hours. Like, if you're not him, then we'll talk another time. I will say, like, if that happens, like, whatever.
Well,
We're YouTubers.
listen. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this. Scott the Woz was at the thing,
Yeah.
and he's got a great show. He's like more for the millennials. I know. Like, I get it. Like, he's got like 5 million subscribers. His freaking the line went. So first off, it's like the biggest convention in the world, and it went from one wall to the next, then down the next line, and I was like, what is this line for? And I walked it, and I was like, oh, this is for Scott the Woz. That's crazy. So I sat and watched people go up and talk to him, and it was like shaking. Some of the people just stood in line just to shake his hand and like take a picture and walk off. And I'm like,
sometimes you're just tired. Like when I met Nandor,
Wow.
I was just so tired. And I didn't stand in line. It took me like 10 minutes. I got a photo. I was just, and we have a friend, and she told me that she stood in line for an hour to meet him, and she was so excited, and I didn't want to like kill her buzz, but I don't know who he is. And she's like, I met Scott the Woz, and I'm like, yes. Ooh. I don't know.
It's funny.
I don't know who he is.
anyways,
I wonder how he took it. Was this his first con
No,
that he's done this?
no. But like
he was way set up.
the line was wild, and it was like that almost all 3 days.
Yeah.
It was nonstop. Every time I walked over there, I was like,
Kirk, that
what
just
is
gave me an
going on
idea.
over
Him
here?
and the guy that's the voice actor for K-pop Demon Hunter both had like stupid long lines.
They just gave me an idea, Kirk, for our next con. For RetroCon, we should try this. We're nobodies in the YouTube world and the con world. We should put a sign on the front of our table that says "Line starts here."
You should.
Just in case there was any confusion. This is
We
really-
should bring like
Please
some.
ask my handler before talking.
We should bring some like movie theater ropes. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
so you have to wind in. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for postponing a little bit so Andy can get
No
here.
worries.
and all
Thanks
that
for having
stuff.
us.
It's
Can't
always
wait
enjoyed
to
being
have you
here.
guys on again down the road. You guys have such an amazing channel.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell everybody what your channel is, how people can find you, maybe about the video that you just dropped or one that you may be dropping soon. And just welcome the whole community over there to your stuff. Javi and Pammy, tell everybody about PNX World.
So PNX World is our third child. We have a dog and a baby, and then we have the PNX World channel. So
Third child, I love that.
So we basically we do a lot of retro gaming. We do a lot of hunting. We kind of show you how to create your own collection without going to Kobe's Mountain Debts, which was always my concern from the beginning. And we're really just in this. A big part of why I'm in this is because I adore the community. A big part of why he's in it is because he adores the community. And we really, our channel is really just collecting for the sake of fun. We try to do tips and tricks. We try to connect with the, like I hate to say it, connect with the audience, but we really are just there to like have a good time and show you and bring back some reject modernity, and kind of show the kids what it used to all be about before they got in there.
Yeah, for content we dropped. We try to drop videos every Thursday. We should have a couple more Southeast Game Exchange related videos. And we've been doing a lot of GameStop related stuff just because, like I said, there's a lot been going on with them lately. But we just try to take you on to our journey.
And I think I'm gonna start doing some more on our YouTube channel.
as new collectors, and just to show you that anybody can do it.
Hey, so let me ask you this. What is the end game for the channel? Are you trying to collect a certain thing? Are you trying to get to a certain level? Like what's your end game for your channel?
Well, a lot of it is just kind of like a little bit of for the right now we're kind of like recollecting those games that we had as kids as CIB, even if we didn't have them as CIB, completing box. And we're kind of like getting towards the end of that. And once we do that, it's gonna be kind of like the ultimate collection type of deal. And that's gonna include everything, like consoles that we didn't own and anything like that. I think the main, like I said, the main goal and end goal for the channel is just really just to share the experience and the journey. However that changes along the way. It's just kind of like showing to people that you can start from nothing, because like I said, this is only all you see here. 90% of it is really just about a little over 2 years.
Because we really only started
this.
with my old stuff and like 2-year-old games.
Well, 90% of the collection has been
And
collected through the
I'm
hobby.
collecting all the spooky games I can find, and right now I'm on the hunt for.
So
Witch.
that is amazing. I just love watching videos of people like building from a paperclip to like a car and all that. And that a lot of the video game YouTubers really started from their own collections and kind of building, and that's kind of where they came from. So I'm excited to see where you guys go next. I'm excited to see you guys next, whatever next con looks like. We'll be down in Augusta again. I'll be at Game Central Station if you guys go there. Really thinking about going to Really Rad this year.
Really Rad looks so fun, and I know
I will definitely be at Rocket City again with.
Oh, we want to go to that one next year for sure.
Where's that?
Yeah, I definitely would love to go. I would love to go to that. Yeah, I would love to get us as creators in most of those shows. We got to sit next to Rad Junk, and that's where our booth.
Yeah, we saw it.
And I got to them a little bit. Sam and there was like
Joe.
5 or 6 of them. Yeah, but yeah. I don't know if Bryce is still here. He dropped some. Andy, Bryce dropped a few. Yeah, let's go Rocket City. We own it. I know who owns it.
Yes, we want to go to Rocket City.
Oh,
next year.
Pixel Parts owns it.
Hey,
We didn't go with Adam.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, then we gotta go.
Adam and
Yes.
Travis and Austin. Yeah.
Come on. Last year was such a blast. It was so much fun. Hey, I do want to share this. If Bryce is still here, this is probably my most prized thing I got from Siege.
Yes,
Which-
it was so sweet. Thank you.
It was so sweet. He dropped this to a lot of cool creators, and I'm just like, really? Just such an amazing guy. So we got this. Oh yeah, Awaz, I forgot you were there with us too. Awaz, we'll go again for sure. But yeah, Rocket City was awesome. Isn't Bryce? He is such. I mean, look at this.
He is.
He's a
Look at this. And then I put his card in there because actually that's what this was. And so I just put his card in there. Bryce is the GOAT, the Billy Goat. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, time to go. It's time for good night. Thank you guys for staying late with us. And we just absolutely love your content. Love who you guys are. Love everybody in the chat. Heather, thanks for showing up. We'll have Heather on in a few weeks. Awaz Room was on last week, right?
Yep.
Sega Master System. But next week we have Aaron and his friend Caleb. Aaron's been on the show twice. This will be his 3rd time. We're talking about video games we would like to play for the very first time again.
Ooh.
So
That's a big thing Hobby's into.
I kind of think about it's probably going to be ones with very immersive stories or like twists so that you can do it again for the first time. Or maybe that very first game. It's going to be interesting. And
Like
then after that, we actually have Bryce and Monado Max. We're doing Switch games.
Both great.
We're doing top 4 Switch games. And then Retro Beard, Heather, which is Pixel Parts, and RNG. They're doing comfort games.
Those are all of our friends.
Retro Vault is coming on. They are doing I'm not sure, I can't remember. And what's Retro Vault doing? What's Retro Vault? Oh, Game Memories. They're doing Game Memories. And then there's one more. Oh, Tony from Game Central Station and Nintendo, Nintendo Land. They're coming on and they're doing video game collectibles. So that's the rest of our video game series, and then we'll be jumping into music after that. So we love you guys. Easy. Symphony of the Night. Easy. Yeah, I get it. Kevin, love you, man. Next week, Kevin, I'm in town going to Louisiana RetroCon. You definitely need to come with me. So in Gonzales. So anyways, everybody, it's time to go. Andy, tell everybody good night.
All right. Well, PNX, thank you for being here. Everybody in the chat.
Thanks for being here, Ref Ball League.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you. And I love when new people hang out and hang out in the chat too. Kind of like you said, it's all about the community. That's what we love. So
yeah, hit that like button, get it out.
Yeah. So let's say goodnight like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4
and nothing more.
Hey.